watching this. Hi guys. Hi. Welcome to the part 2 of common words or phrases or acronyms used by business analysts. So if you are watching this, it means that you have watched the part 1. But if you haven't watched the part 1, please, you are allowed to please pause this video, go watch the part 1 before coming to watch the part 2 so that you can get the full gist. Or you want to watch part 2 before watching part 1. It's all well and good, right? Essentially, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluwapelumi and I'm a lawyer and IT business analyst living in Lagos, Nigeria, and I make videos about tech and everything that I find interesting. So without much ado, let's jump right into part 2. That's why we're here, right? In it. In it. So you may or you may not have heard people say a lot of high level this, high level that, low level this, low level that. You must have heard and you're just wondering, what's high level essentially? Low level will mean before breaking it down into granular modes, right? Maybe I'm trying to explain what a project, is trying to achieve high level, right? High level will just be giving like a general overview or stating, on it might not even be definition of anything. It might just be, when you don't break things down, just be like a general or like a broad description of what you're trying to achieve. Whereas low level now begins to deal with granular descriptions, begin to break it down, begin to, essentially that's what high level and low level is. That's number one. Number two, you must have heard this QA. You just hear them say QA. They just say QA this, QA that. We're looking for QA, quality analysts or quality assurance analysts, however the case may be. These guys are AKA testers. Essentially, when you're working on a solution as a business analyst and you're working with developers, a QA is a must have on your team because to test adequately and give an objective, and to test from an objective standpoint a solution, a quality assurance tester is needed to be able to ensure quality, so to speak. Their work is to assure quality, right? To make sure that whatever you have said that your solution is going to achieve, it achieves it to the T. So you find out that when they are testing, they'll raise a lot of exceptions, they'll raise a lot of errors if they encountered errors while testing, they raise a lot of issues or bugs and say, yo, you said this solution is going to do this XYZ, but your solution is just doing X, or your solution is doing X, or even though you said your solution is this, or even though you didn't capture this based on quality assurance and what the standard is, this is what and what and what that you can include in your quality in your development, or in ensuring that your development is up to par and up to standard, right? QA guys, shout out to you guys. You guys make our lives easier. And if you're a QA guy on the watching the video, say hi in the comment section. Hi guys. So number 3 is what we call a RASI, right? RASI typically stands for responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. This typically comes up when you are dealing with stakeholders, and it kind of allows you to, when in one of my videos, the one before or the one before that, I kind of talked on stakeholder management. I can link those videos I'll be linking them in the description bar for you to have a clearer understanding. Right? So in stakeholder management, it's also important that you know the levels to place your stakeholder, just like in friendships. Friendships that you hang out with, friends that you tell your stories to, friends that will give you solutions, friends that are even responsible for carrying out strategic roles in your life. Essentially those are stakeholders. So you need to be able to determine which stakeholder that is directly responsible for achieving an action or a task on a project. Those type of responsible people are the one that you want to hold responsible. You want to know which one is accountable, right? You want to know which one should you only consult. They don't have any of they are not responsible for anything, but they are mostly experts, people that have expert knowledge. that you need to consult, that you need their input on how the solution should be. And you also have people that they are just informed, right? You just keep them in loop of your mails. They just need to be in the know. They don't necessarily um, have any integral role that they play, but they have to be informed. So you kind of have to know where to place your stakeholder, because you don't want to give people that just want to be informed and place them as responsible. That would be chaotic and catastrophic, right? Right. Let me, by the way, guys, share your experience on how you have managed stakeholders in the comment section. I like to see some funny takes. Let's keep it as spicy and funny as possible. Right. Oh yeah. So definitely this number four is one that you must. It's not negotiable. RFP, request for proposal, especially if you deal with a lot of if you deal with um consultants or vendors while you're working on the project. And I think if you're working in tech, it's almost impossible not to work with people that are outside of your organization, right? Especially when you're building solutions that you need to outsource, or you need expertise or resource from outside, right? You typically have to draft this request for proposal, highlighting what the solution, you know, is trying to achieve, or what your organization is trying to achieve with the solution. And it's more like a request to say that this is what we're trying to achieve as an organization. Kindly send in your proposal and tell us how you can achieve this, inclusive of the costs and what have you. Proposal request in another language. Don't mind tech people, we like to, but you get the gist. Number five, of course, is scope of work, SOW, right? Scope of work is, what is the scope of this entire project? Your scope is very important. If you do not understand or get your scope right, you might as well just be chasing after ghosts and be chasing after non-existent pairs. So it's essential to define the scope, because your definition of the scope is number one, what is going to guide your documentation, and what is even going to guide the entire software development lifecycle. If not, and if your scope is not well defined and is not properly validated by your stakeholders, you might as well build the exact opposite of what your stakeholders require or need, right? So it's not negotiable. Ultimately, very important. So yeah, number five, SQL. I mentioned this in my last video. Please do go and it's a tool actually. But you may or may not have heard it a couple of, in fact, very important, but I've heard it, in your journey, either whether or not you are directly using it or it's being used by somebody in your team. SQL, right? So please watch the previous video where I did an explanation of what an SQL is in my previous vlog. Um, I'll link it in the description bar. Kindly do well to check it out. Number seven is what BAs in the BA world, just very important, what we call benchmarking. Essentially, benchmarking, when you are doing benchmarking, you're trying to look at a similar product in the same market as yours, or in the same market as your organizations, and you're trying to review and put it side by side, put that organization's product that is similar to yours and share the same market audience or market, and you put it side by side to see, okay, this is what we can do better, this is what we are currently doing. Are we, do you understand, is it up to par? So it could be done across different other similar products in the same market as the organization, or the same market as you are operating, and you just benchmark it, so to speak, and put it side by side. Are we doing well or not? What can be improved? And what can be done better? Yeah. After benchmarking it against these products. Yeah. So this number seven, number eight, number seven, yeah, user acceptance testing. User acceptance testing, I've never seen an organization that they don't do user acceptance testing. User acceptance testing is kind of allows users, to use your product, right? And review it. So I know you've done your documentation, your tester has done the testing, you feel like you have done a great job. Um, but before, but user acceptance testing is important because the people that are eventually going to be using your product are people larger than you, people that are not as technical as you are. Um, so user acceptance testing kind of ensures that before the product goes live, right, is used by users, independent users, and they actually test it that, oh, this product is good, it achieves the need of the customer, it's done according to industry standard, it's done, just to, it kind of just lets you get the heartbeat of users, before your product actually goes live, or and it's typically still done in the test environment for UAT. UAT is not done in production environment, it's still done in like a test environment where if things don't go right, still you can still go back and make adjustments, based on the perceived needs or the certain needs of the users stemming from the user acceptance testing, essentially. Um, Now to my number nine is what I call is what is popular, whether or not you're in tech, right? But you must definitely know as a business analyst is UI UX, UI and UX. UI meaning user interface and UX meaning user experience. User interface essentially speaks to um, the look and feel of an application, right? Is the application, the design of the application, is it pleasing to the eye? Are the colors, this is where the colors, the fonts, this other plenty things that UI UX designers take into consideration before making designs. They're looking at the alignment of the colors, the alignment of fonts, and what have you. So this is what if you take an application today and say, oh wow, I like how this application looks, right? That is the user interface. That's the work of UI, right? But if you come to user experience, this speaks to the usage of the application. Is this seamless? You go to some application and saying that, I don't understand. What I want to submit form? Why am I entering so like it's stressful, you know? So when you use some application, I say it's difficult to use. The information are not easy to access. Like it's difficult to. I need like a third party to use it. That means there's something fundamentally wrong with the with the UX, user experience. But at times, if you use the application and they are seamless, there are touch points that are visible, that kind of tells you the next step to take, and they're very short and straight to the point, and you tell yourself, oh, I love this, I love the experience essentially that I've gotten from using the application. Very easy to use, seamless, no stress. That means that the user experience has done something right, or the designer in charge of user experience has done something right. In some organization, these are two different roles, UI and user experience. In some other organization, these are joined together. They are two in one. I think it's worthy of note, especially when I was talking about acronyms, that when you are dealing with or when you're managing stakeholders, note that half of the time your stakeholders are laymen that will not understand the terminologies or what these terminologies mean. Essentially, these terminologies will basically be understood only by people in your development team. People that are in the business or stakeholders will not essentially understand this. And so it's worthy of note to be careful, while throwing these buzzwords around. There's no point in using words to communicate. The person you're communicating with does not understand. So be cautious, apply caution when using these words with stakeholders. Lest they be looking at you like, huh? Sorry. So it's worthy of note that these are not words to just be thrown around everywhere. Used majorly between in your development team or when you're speaking with people of like mind, or in environments of people that use the same words as you, but not generally with stakeholders, right? So thank you so much for watching back to back. phrases and common words used by business analysts. Thank you for watching the part one, and thank you for coming now to watch the part two. Thank you so much for the love that you've been showing this channel. I'm so sorry for the noise. I'm so sorry. Apologies. If you heard it all through the video, I'm so sorry. I live in Lagos, Nigeria, and it can be quite noisy. So thank you so much, guys. Please don't forget to meet me in in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please, guys. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe. You know, all that good stuff. Essentially, and to my next vlog, guys. It's love and light. Keep being techie. Adios. That's a new addition, by the way. Keep being techie. Should we make it our watchword? Keep being. Let me know in the comment section. Bye, guys.